Hey guys, welcome back to MFNreacts. If this is your first time here, my name is Marco. Here we are here to react to a multitude of videos that can be dance practices, K-pop videos, or funny videos, or your suggestions. So if that sounds like that's something that's right up your alley, go ahead and click that like button. It really does help out the channel. Go ahead and click subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. As you can see from the title, we're going to be going ahead and checking out this interview with Jessica Jung. Um, from the title of this video, the one that I'm watching, it seems a bit interesting. It seems like she's going to be opening up a little bit more about her past and her time in Girls' Generation. So let's go ahead and get into this interview. So, one, two, three.
Jessica Jung!
Can you tell us what your trainee life was like?
Do you think your friendships had changed in any way?
Was there like an identity crisis for you? Where do you belong?
What does that conversation look like with your mom?
You left the band. What was the behind the scenes?
So I went to the company and
No.
If you're a Jessica Jung fan, this is your daily catch-up.
Oh, so it's with the DailyKetchup. I've never checked
Here
out
with us
their
today, we have
podcast.
K-pop royalty, singer, songwriter, actress, author, fashion designer, businesswoman, Jessica Jung! Welcome to the show!
Come on, businesswoman.
hi everyone, hi Singapore, hello the Daily Ketchup.
We didn't ask her to say it. We didn't ask her to say it.
We didn't practice this 3 times. Okay, so we're obviously all very starstruck right now, right? So maybe as a warm-up, we can do some quick fire questions.
Oh wow, is it all firing at me?
Yes. It would be really strange if we just asked ourselves.
But if you got questions for them, we can.
Yeah.
We'll be happy to take some.
Okay, what's your favorite color?
Blue. No, it's not. I'm really up. I just said the color of her top.
What's your favorite restaurant in Singapore?
Tian chicken rice.
Oh.
Are you a tourist?
Not true.
What's your favorite tea?
Tea?
No.
Yeah, you don't know the Korean reference.
Milk tea. But okay, interesting start.
Okay.
Now it's our turn.
Okay, so you've been to Singapore quite a few times, right? What is one place you must visit when you come to Singapore?
Ooh.
To eat Singapore chili crab.
Okay, so she's team chili crab, not pepper crab.
Oh yes, I don't like pepper.
How would you describe Singapore to someone who has never been here?
Clean, friendly,
Oh,
humid,
very humid.
and yummy.
Yes. Okay. Musically wise, if you could collaborate with any artist right now, who would that be?
Like anywhere in the world.
You know, I love Ariana Grande.
Oh.
Favorite K-pop group right now?
K-pop group, New Jeans.
What's your ETA? What's your ETA?
Also super shy.
I'm good.
Okay, so you were known for your work with SNSD, but of course now you're a solo artist, and in fact, that's why you're currently in Singapore because you're actually doing your first concert tour right now.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So being back on the road after a long while, how has that been for you?
It's been very hectic, actually. It's been very a lot of work, and because I was preparing my album and also the concert at the same time, so I was very busy. But now that it started, I'm very excited to meet my fans all over the world.
How do Singaporean fans differ from Korean or Chinese fans?
Well, every time I come back to Singapore, they're all very talkative, and they're very friendly and funny and very energetic. So it's just a different vibe.
Welcome to Singapore.
Yes, thank you.
I've always wondered, for artists that tour the world, how involved are you in planning for the concert?
For me, I'm very particular in what I like and what I want to do. So I'm very much very heavily involved in everything.
Is there one specific example of like something that you said you must have at this concert?
I said the LED should be a diamond shape because it's called Diamond Dreams.
The person that proposed the circle, like.
Get this out of here.
Speaking of music, how you actually got scouted is actually so-called a chance encounter because you were born and raised in San Francisco and you were here. Sorry, not you were here. You were in Seoul
Yes.
for a family family vacation when both you and your sister got scouted at a
Yes.
shopping mall.
How crazy is that?
Can you walk us through what is actually that journey, right? Of this man seeing you and then you become a trainee.
It was a woman.
Oh, it's a man.
She like, don't be sexist. It was a woman.
Sorry, no, but this was back then.
It's true. Okay, how did that happen?
Okay, that's a very long time ago.
So you were 11.
Yes, I was 11. I was living in the States with my family, and actually, my dad's side of the family was in Korea. So we wanted to come say hello and spend summer break in Korea. And we were just shopping, and there was a casting director, but she was kind of freaky, you know,
Ooh.
because like a stranger just comes up
And
to
then she's
you,
behind the pillar on this wall.
and it was like, so where's your mom?
Oh.
Right.
Yeah. But we were just like, who are you? She's there if you want to talk to her. So it was actually a very quick encounter because I didn't really say much to her, and because I wasn't allowed to talk to strangers. I'm at a very young age.
What do you think the scouts are looking for? Because you were so young, and I understand and appreciate now, because we were having a conversation earlier, that isn't it really pedo-ish if the scout was a guy, and then they were going to 11-year-olds.
It would be the
And
same
her
thing if
sister
it was
was
a
fine.
woman.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
It is weird to walk up to kids.
from a festival or
Or audition or anything.
performance or
Yeah.
whatnot.
But she didn't have a long conversation with them.
What
They asked
else
where
do
her
you think?
parents were.
I think it's
What happened?
She paiseh to say herself.
yes. I have to say it myself.
It's
So
just really good looks, right?
no, because I feel like it's kind of the overall like aura that person
Right.
carries, how that person carries herself.
Right.
Although you're a child,
Yeah, right? Is that not strange
But-
if it's a guy some more?
I feel like you can still have this uniqueness to yourself.
That's true,
That,
that's
that
true.
aura. I don't know how to
It's a
explain it.
she walks.
Okay, so out of the four of us here.
Oh, too late, too old. Please, right? No, I'm wondering also if it's something that's unique to Korea, because that's where the industry is. Yeah, so then it's not so like surprising that you do get scouted for something like that.
Actually, in a huge company like that, there aren't many people who are scouted like that.
Oh.
Because
Also, it's
most of
mostly
them
audition.
are auditions.
Okay, okay.
Okay, interesting.
So I went to the company. And
Wait, before that,
Yeah.
like your mother just let you go.
No. So there was like a phone call meeting or whatever, and they arranged a time for us to kind of go to the company together. So I went with my mom.
What does that conversation look like with your mom? Like when you're trying to decide that you want to embark on a journey like that?
Oh, actually, because I did a lot of other activities, like after-school activities, like I don't know, ballet or piano lessons or singing lessons or
Like an Asian.
The scout is so
so I
good.
went. So yeah, I joined the choir. I did a lot of different things. So my mom thought it was just a good after-school activity, but she did tell me that school was a priority. You will not be able to go during the weekdays.
But this was when you were still based in San Francisco.
So we actually moved to an international school in Korea.
And what was that like? Like growing up in the US and then suddenly having to uproot and like move to South Korea at such a young age.
It's pretty cool. Because international schools, everybody speaks English anyway, so it wasn't a big problem for me. And there are some cultural differences, I guess, because in Korea there's like a respect factor, and there's like this bowing tradition in Korea, like 90 degrees bowing.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe these days it's kind of
Sounds like
it
a norm.
loosened up. But before it was pretty strict, and so in school you have to bow to people who are older than you.
Like anyone, not just teachers.
Oh.
Within your first year in school, you just walk through the whole hallway like that.
How you stand up? No, so what happens if you don't?
It depends, you can see a lot of K-dramas, no?
Oh, so you have to figure out how old everybody is.
I saw war. I saw walking. I saw.
Yeah, so you must be smart, I guess. You have to kind of figure things out.
But you bow that the person not old. It's such a dangerous game.
Another funny thing was, in the company when I became a trainee, it's all about when you come in. So it's not about age.
Right.
Right. So when you
So
were
I'm
12,
I'm 11 and I'm 12, and everybody who comes after me,
Despite their
Has
age.
to
despite their
bow.
age, have to bow 90 degrees to me.
So it's experience.
And so like 21-year-old people will bow to me. And that was a culture shock to me, actually.
Right.
you bow back though, right? It's just they gotta initiate the bow and then you gotta bow back.
No, you don't bow back.
You don't even
Huh?
bow
Yeah,
back.
you just gotta take it.
That's so strange.
No, you say hi. You say, you know,
Oh,
you
yeah,
say,
You treat them nicely.
It's
Jump
very,
so fast.
yeah.
Because it's really we see it on media and it looks terrible to be honest. And I'm assuming most people don't make the cut, right? So can you tell us what your trainee life was like?
For me, I feel like I was very blessed because the timing was perfect for me. So I was like the baby of the company when I first went in there. So everybody was very nice to me and teaching me everything, and I only have good memories. And then after that, a lot of other people started to come in, and that's when things kind of
Got more
Became more
competitive.
regimental.
for them. But like for me, it was fine.
Oh, she was in the sweet spot, like the in between.
Yeah. So like I think a lot of the stories came from those years. So many trainees like all at once, and you can get kind of self-conscious about everything and not be so confident about yourself or compare yourself to others. But honestly, for me, I was very confident and I was like very just happy with where I was. I was like
As
happy
you
going to
should,
school and then
confident.
coming after school, going there during the weekends, having
It's almost
fun,
like to meet your
practicing,
friends.
and
Yeah.
and getting to know people in a totally different world.
So it's not like right after you debut you get to think you get to do things that you couldn't do. Was there anything?
So when you're a trainee, you had to give your phone up for the whole,
Wow.
whole time you're practicing.
That's
So-
fair enough, right?
Not fair enough. Yeah, after debut, you got your phone back permanently.
Freedoms.
Yeah, that was huge. So you can contact your friends.
We've heard stories of how like restrictive life could be like. I think there's like the dating like restrictions and things like that as well.
I mean, I understand, but I'm also like American as well, like Korean American. So I'm on both ends. So I was close to all of the employees and managers there. So I was very open and honest about everything, about my relationship or who I'm meeting or who I want to date or whatever.
Oh.
And if I do that, then they're actually more supportive and they
Yeah.
help you. But if you kind of hide it and try to do it behind their back and
There
make
won't be a way
trouble,
to fix it.
then that's where everything happens, and that's where they cannot control
Right.
the situation if something happens, right? So I feel
Also,
like I was smart about that.
They're
because
really just looking out for you, as opposed to, for example, they want to control your branding to remain single and more desirable.
it's not that actually. It's
Okay,
not
okay.
that. It's just that they don't want trouble caused to the team or the company or for your for the artist.
Yeah, okay.
And that's only natural. But how do you do that? How do you control that? You need to be open and honest and talk about it.
Yeah.
If you know what's going to happen, you can prepare. But if you don't, and it just something hits you,
Yeah.
But I'm also wondering whether like the restrictions that they put right actually ended up being more beneficial because it essentially removed a lot of distractions that you had to focus on what you were doing, which is building a musical career.
actually, I feel it's not because at that time you're adolescent, you're growing up, and you feel, I'm being controlled.
Yeah. And I feel like what she said is very important for the younger generation to hear because at that time they don't have that sensibility to think that way, to think that they can communicate and talk to
Right.
everybody and have them understand. Yeah.
But I feel like to a certain extent, because many of the trainees are young, even those in their teenage years, when you take away their liberties, right? For them, they are not maybe not yet that obsessed about their career to be a K-star,
That's
right? And so they're like, okay, then fire me or I'll quit. Like, what do you want from me? And then very often you think about it, wouldn't it then be the parents that pull them back in line and say you gotta do this
Gotta see the bigger picture.
for your future, for us, because we raised you? Is there a lot of emotional blackmailing from Korean parents?
respects our job, and our work is our work,
Right.
and like what you make is what you make, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
But it may not be the case for everybody. So
You've mentioned before that like you've had this American upbringing, but also the Korean side of things. I'm like curious, was there like an identity crisis for you of like where do you belong?
always, you just need to accept the fact that you don't belong anywhere, and you just need to kind of know how to blend in, I guess.
Right. We did
Smart
mention that
girl.
when your sister Crystal, when she was scouted, she was only 5, right?
Yeah.
So she joined the trainee program slightly later than you. Was there like a level of competitiveness?
Ooh.
Like 0. Like first, she's like so much younger than me. She was like, "Where are
Like
you?"
that, she was
Yeah.
like that.
She has to bow so low.
She thought she can touch the floor. She
But it must be so nice for her to have like someone to ask for advice.
Oh yeah. So, so I always tell her, and she knows that too. She always says she had an easy life because she had me.
Right.
Yeah, even in school and even in the company, nothing can happen to her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
But you did mention that because this was almost like an additional like after school activity for you, right?
Yeah.
At what point did you think I'm gonna try to make it and become an idol? Because you stayed there for years and years and years, right?
Yeah. I didn't want to debut at such a young age. I think that was an influence of my mother as well. She
Okay.
didn't want me to.
What
So
age was that?
there were talks about me debuting when I was like in middle school and then in high school. So my
So
mom.
it's with other like groups.
Yeah.
Oh.
But then I'm so happy that I didn't. So everything happens for a reason, and yeah, I'm happy that I, listened to my mom. And
Your
I,
mom was happy also.
yeah.
Was there a point during that period before you debuted that you almost maybe chose to pursue something else?
Unwind with Celestial Seasonings Tension Tamer Tea. Put some magic.
Don't you? Commercialistic. Yes, you. Why don't you own them?
No. Because I did know that my debut was coming up.
So there was no backup plan, all in.
No, my backup plan was I was getting out of high school so I can go to college.
Yeah. Just after again, we walk around.
She do ballet through the mall and she
How was debut like for you? You practiced, you met your teammate, and then going out there and then hoping people scream your name. Was it everything you expected when you debuted?
Yeah, I think we were very confident. Everyone worked very hard and for a long time, so there was no question about it.
Right. Like even back then, is the K-pop fandom as crazy as it is today?
Yeah, at that time, I believe there were not many girl bands, girl groups.
Right.
So
What is then the weirdest encounter
encounter of what?
with a fan? Like unexpected.
Actually, the most unexpected was very recent.
Oh.
It was it was in China.
Okay.
I did the Changfeng Polang, the Jie.
Oh wow, you're Chinese.
And after that show, I guess a lot of people watched it. And so it was a train station or airport, I forgot. But I went to the restroom and there was like an old lady. She was a grandma.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
She was very, I don't know, starstruck. And she called my name in Chinese,
Oh.
Zhang Xiuyan. Zhang Xiuyan, Zhang Xiuyan. 你去是不是海吗? Like she said so many things,
Yeah.
so sweet. I didn't understand her like completely, but I understood my name. and so it was very kind of embarrassing because I was in the restroom, but also very warm of her to kind of.
You go in, she just come out of the toilet, she shout, she come towards you, then she
Yeah.
what would you do?
How about in the early days though? For example, when you first debut and the fans go crazy, and I never understood why certain times celebrities come out and the fans they cry when they train.
Oh.
Is that not weird when that happens for you? Is that not weird?
I do tell them, don't cry. Or kind of give them a tissue.
Oh,
Okay.
wow, they'll make their life. They still have it.
So every time send me a pocket
Vacuum seal, vacuum seal.
I mean, you did mention that you guys expected that you would do well, or at least very positively, optimistically
Yeah.
hoped that you would do well, right?
Of course, yeah.
What would you say was your I've made it moment? Like a moment that made you realize that, wow, your dreams have come true.
When you're selling a lot of albums or you're topping the charts, you know, you just hear your song like wherever you go.
I'm very curious, what did you spend your first big paycheck on?
Wow. I don't remember. Wait a
You got
second.
paid, right, as a trainee?
No.
Oh no.
Allowance?
No.
Wait, don't you pay? They're training you, right?
Huh?
No.
Okay.
That also depends on the company and the relationship you have with the company, or what kind of contract you have with the company.
Right.
So it depends on the trainee.
by case.
But yeah, my first check. What did I do? I think I moved.
Oh.
I moved my family home to it.
Oh, that's
Imagine
such a...
getting your first paycheck. Some of us bought our family dinner.
Yeah.
This is after 7 years though. Like
That's
imagine
true.
like 7 or 8
But
years.
still, your first paycheck though.
No, but that's such a sweet thing to do because like people buy like a car or like a nice watch.
Oh, that was
like,
second. Yeah.
They keep
There's a lot left.
Then the watch was third.
So hyperinflation haven't hit back then yet.
It's true, it's true.
Do you think that there's also a downside in a sense to having such a public life? Or do you think it's like a given because you're a celebrity, you just have to expect it because without the fans you are nothing?
Yeah, the cost, the price of fame.
There are ups and downs, and grass is greener on the other side. And you know, sometimes I feel very blessed, but sometimes I feel, you know, I want to maybe have my friend's life. You know, just have a normal life. But
That's
on the flip side,
understandable.
Your
I
friends will
love
want to have your life.
Yes, and I love my life too.
Yeah.
So, but you know, nobody can have everything, and I try to balance my life as much as I can. You know, give myself some time off.
Is there like a go-to like disguise? Oh, you probably can't say it, then people recognize
Should I expose
But do
myself?
you though?
it. Yeah, like a hoodie with a hat or like
Just a
sunglasses.
hat, and you know, COVID.
That's right. That's
Yes.
right.
The only upside to that for many celebrity friends, I feel like, was having a mask on,
Yeah.
because everybody has a mask on. So
Nobody questions.
yeah, nobody questions you, or nobody looks at you more. You know, before, if you have a mask on, people will.
It's
Yeah, who is that?
Yeah.
Why does she have a mask on? You know.
So the friends that you had made, I mean, previously in school and all that, right? Do you think your friendships had changed in any way after you debuted?
Actually, I think I have a good eye when it comes to friends and people.
Ooh.
So I actually keep my friends, and yeah, most of my friends from and you know, so does my sister. She
Oh.
does that too. Yeah.
So for yourself also, I mean, the girl group that you were a part of, you were one of the pioneer ones that went to the US to promote, and then you all were on David Letterman's show. You all played Madison Square Garden, and like were on one of the, I think, top 10 like highest grossing concert tour list for quite a long time. But being in a sense Korean representatives to the Western world, right? Was there a very different pressure?
I don't think there was pressure. It was just something new. And I think when you're going into a new market, it's always exciting but kind of nerve-wracking at the same time. Number one, we were busy and we were tired.
Jet lag.
Yes, a lot of jet lag. And we were just having fun, I guess.
But I would imagine, like, I mean, if it's me lah, because I'm not sure about you, right? If it's me, I go there, and I think if I sing this song or if I say something, right, and then people will think, actually I don't like K-pop. Then I'll be like, oh shit, that's on me, because I'm the one of the first few to go there and do this, you know. So I'm wondering whether you all had to like maintain, in a sense, a very careful image.
Like the tourism board warned you about how to carry yourself.
No, nothing like that.
Right.
Okay. So Jessica, you are also the founder and creative director of your own fashion label, Blanc and Eclair. What made you decide to start the brand?
It came very natural to me because I feel like music and fashion, they're always
They
yeah,
go hand in hand.
going together. And for me in particular, I was getting known to people
For your fashion.
for my fashion,
You
or
still
for,
are, what are you talking about? What point in time?
no, for you know, for what I wear, or you know, what I carry. And so I felt like it would be a very nice side project to do and to pursue.
Because I'm thinking like the schedule must have been crazy at that period of time, right? And then finding time to be able to do this is so impressive.
Thank you.
No problem. So on the note of the public scrutiny, right? I mean, obviously there was a period of time right after you left the band where a lot of people were kind of speculating on what really happened. And I mean, I don't think it's our place to ask what was the behind the scenes, but I think I'm curious about how that was for you because I could only imagine how emotionally heavy it must have been. So what went through your head during that period of time, and at the same time also then trying to make your brand work?
Oh, you know,
She's
I try
thinking
to put the
carefully.
past behind me,
Mm-hmm.
and I always try to look at the brighter things, brighter side. Of course, that time was Of course, that time was one of the darkest times of my life, darkest period of my life. But I had my family and friends to really support me, and my fans were always there. And you know, I didn't feel alone, and I felt like it was a good transitioning period and good time for me to grow up.
And having said that, right? So from the, I mean, thank you very much for sharing that with us. And having said that, what do you think is the biggest difference from being a solo artist now?
You get to choose everything.
Control.
You got choice paralysis.
If you're in a group, the majority wins. So if you don't want to have black tea, you need to have black tea if 5 people wants black tea. So it's like that. And just for example, but this goes for every single thing, from the little things to the big decisions as well. So you need to learn how to deal and cope with that and be okay with being in that kind of system, which I was fine, but then now I know that I enjoy it.
Okay, so before we wrap up this interview, you have your concert tomorrow.
Yay!
And I always wonder, as someone that suffer from anxiety and stage fright, how are you actually feeling today, one day before your concert? Is it just tomorrow I'm gonna go and perform?
She's trying not to be reminded of it, but we keep asking.
Actually, I'm very chill, and
You do seem really chill.
and I don't like to use too much energy before I go up on stage, so I'm not really that hyper. Or a lot of people, even friends that I know, they practice a lot before they go up on stage, or they start singing in the bathroom or whatever. But I don't do anything. I just really keep calm and try to keep quiet and save all the energy for the stage.
Wow.
That's why today she cannot laugh too much.
But you guys made me laugh way too much. No, it was fun.
Okay, so looking forward to exciting 2024. What are some things that maybe your fans and we can look forward to in terms of your music, in terms of your business?
Well, the Diamond Dreams concert tour will continue, and it will be held in many other different cities around the world.
Woo.
So I hope to see you guys out there, and
company trip.
We follow every city.
If you don't see us, right?
and I'll be making music as well, and
Nice.
because I've been a little bit distant, and I feel like my fans have been waiting for a long time. I didn't do it on purpose, but I don't want them to wait that long anymore. So yeah, I'll be making music, and I feel like there will be a lot more happening in 2024 for you guys to look forward to.
Woo!
Right. And the music video just came out an hour ago, right?
Yeah! Okay, we play it. Okay, so thank you very much for watching today's episode, and of course thank you Jessica for joining us. Woo! And being open with us. Like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next episode, and you can see her on tour. Let's go!
Yay! Is this?
Oh, that's a bonus part.
Oh, this is like that already.
Oh, is it?
Oh.
What is it?
You guys make the culture. Don't ask us what is it. You guys
Oh,
decide
guys,
and we
also
follow.
this one. Ah.
Oh, it's
It's not circle shape, oh, it's not circle.
what do you mean?
It's heart shape. No, you're making this shape.
Oh, right. That was the Daily Catch-Up with Jessica Jung's interview. I very much enjoyed it. It was a different aspect. They asked her questions that most people don't ask her. Well, mostly about the SNSD. I thought she carried herself very well. They didn't really go into like formats. I think she's over the question at this point. Um, and she should be able to move forward with her career without that question being brought up. But it's gonna forever be brought up because that was most of her career. So, but hopefully in time they'll stop asking her the question. But I very did much enjoy it. What are your thoughts about it? Do you feel like they could have asked her better questions? What questions would you ask Jessica Jung? I want to know down below. But yeah, go ahead and like the video. It very much helps out the channel. Go ahead and hit subscribe and also hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. And I shall catch you in the next one.